The world is smaller now. And if anybody in the Wesleyan community wants to be a prepared individual for the future, they're going to have to interact with people who are in the rest of the world. It's a very simple reality.
Hi, my name is
Mesut,
Sandra.
Andres,
I'm from
Germany,
Spain,
Iran, Mexico,
and I'm living on
Brainerd. I was born in Mexico, but when I was 17 years old, I moved to Morocco, and then I moved to Spain, to Madrid, to study the university. And now I'm here for 1 year in Wesleyan.
And I want to have a year abroad, and Wesleyan has a partnership with my school, so I decided to come here for one academic year.
I really like Wesleyan. It's kind of a new experience for me because I've never lived in the United States before, and
The atmosphere for international students is pretty cool here at Wesleyan. They really welcomed us, they always showed us a lot of support. But it's a great experience. It's not just the academic part, it's also the cultural part we all experience.
I meet a lot of people, really interesting people, and I make a really good friends here.
My experience has in Wesleyan been my American experience basically. A lot of things that I know come from Wesleyan.
When I applied for living on campus, they first offered me a house with only one roommate, but I wanted to have more roommates, so I decided to come to one of the wood frame houses here at Brainerd, where I live with 4 other guys. 3 of them are American, one from Sri Lanka. But the whole street is really international, and there are a lot of grad students, there are a lot of international students. And it's really a nice atmosphere. We have a nice, pretty street. It's fun to live here.
our house it's really cool.
We got big kitchen, a lot of space, nice roommates, one Italian Italian TA and a Spanish TA.
I'm late. I'm going to my TA session. I'm late, but it's gonna be fine. It's not that far. I'm the Spanish TA here at Wesleyan. The TA sessions are really helpful for the students because they have contact with native speakers before they go to the country, and that helps them a lot to behave and know what to say and when to say it in the native countries. I used to take a few articles from the Spanish newspapers and then talk about them. And we used to talk about normal life, student life in Spain mostly, or in Latin America.
We used to have some parties with our neighbors.
We go play soccer together, try to promote social life here, and try to interact as much as we can with the Wesleyan community.
When I came to campus, I had a class with several of the students who live here on Brainerd, and I was a new grad student, I didn't have a lot of friends, and it was a totally welcoming, open, awesome community to become a part of. And so I actually spend a lot of my time hanging out on Brainerd Avenue with the international students.
Since I've been studying at Wesleyan, I have met many international graduates, not graduate students, but international students in general, foreign language teaching assistants and so on, exchange students. It is the defining fact that makes coming to Wesleyan and living here in Middletown around the campus fantastic for me personally. Every year I'm meeting a new, fresh handful of people from all over the world with different experiences, and it's just exciting, and you get to know them, over a really long period of time, like months, so you really get to be friends. It honestly is what makes staying here socially kind of, bearable for me.
When we all hang out together, we go all over the place. We've been traveling. We've gone to Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. We've gone up to Boston. Just last weekend, actually, a bunch of us went to Vermont to go skiing for a weekend, which was really fun and really exciting. And I've done more traveling, actually, even just within the States this year than I have throughout my 4 years in undergraduate college. So we have a lot of fun. We also we can go around campus, and it's great because the international students seem to know everybody, and we can't go anywhere on campus without spending at least 20 minutes or half an hour with just the international students talking to everybody, and it's wonderful.
I've noticed that a lot of the people who were here on exchange programs for 1 year, 1 semester, that their mentality is really to experience and sort of breathe in the culture, and that's something I find very vibrant, and I really appreciate too, because sometimes when you've been studying all week so on and so forth on the same particular problem in one's very specific area. It's very nice to interact with people who are just trying to, enjoy life and the experience that, they're living in the moment. So it really, it brings more vibrance to my life personally.
One of the greatest strengths of the international community is that they're not exclusive to other Wesleyan students.
I know from personal experience, having been here for 4 years, that the international students interact with undergrads, grads, professors, have dinners at people's houses, everything, that they are just a part of the community.
They're friends with the employees at USDAN, and they're friends with people all over Middletown. And on top of that, they are very dear friends with one of our next door neighbors. She lives across the street, Joanne.
Here's my house, right here. And this is where I meet all the kids. I sit on the porch. I don't have to go far to meet them.
A lot of the Brainerd residents and friends know her as Grandma, and she knows us all by name. And whenever it's a nice day, she'll be out on her porch talking with us, and she's just a wonderful, wonderful person to have around.
This is my office. I think I said to Andreas one time, if you need anything, ring my bell. And he did. He rang my bell for an interview. Well, we have more than internationals on this street. We have just about everybody from every country. We're not called Diversity University for nothing. I have the opportunity, maybe it's even a blessing, I feel that it is. I meet them right out on the street. I know what time it is sometimes by when one is going by. They're running to class, who's late, who is eating breakfast on the way. I feed them too. And then I had a young man I used to feed almost every night at 10 o'clock when he came from the lab. And I'd say, are you hungry? Starving. Come on in and eat my leftovers. I enjoy learning about their way of life or how they react to our way of life and how quickly they fall into step with us. Okay, come on. We're gonna go and wake up these people. The German boys and 2 boys from Africa. One of the German boys has his brother visiting here, and one of the German boys is gone to Boulder, Colorado. See here? These are the boys who live here. Here, put the camera on it. We're interviewing them. Here. Did I wake you up?
Somewhat.
Somewhat. Bronco, we want to interview you. It's 2 o'clock and they're in bed. Now, there's one thing I haven't told you about the very end. When students arrive, some of them have a carryover from home. They're very sad. They can't seem to get with the program. And some of them even have tears over it. And when I see them, I say, save the tears. You're going to need them for the end. And sure enough, come time for them to go home, the tears don't stop. They don't want to go, and they can't think of a way of how they can stay.